Hi guys, it's Vim again and welcome to my channel. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to book a beach holiday and all the things that you need to be aware of when you're booking one. So we've so far been to Mauritius, Seychelles and Zanzibar, and these are the tips and tricks that I can give you. So what do you need to look for when booking a beach holiday? So the first thing that we look for is we shop around for package deals, and this generally means that these package deals will have the flights, the hotels and all the other extras included. The sites that we use for that are sites like Pen Travel or Thompson's Travels or any of the travel agent packages. Now most of the time these travel agents are able to secure discounts that you won't otherwise get on your own. And the one way to keep track of them is to subscribe to all of these different websites and their newsletters so that you can always have a look and compare if you decide that you want to go to a specific destination. So what I would suggest that you do is that you always subscribe to these, that you shop around, and that you also do your own research when you're ready to have a look at the flight deals, as well as go to the hotel websites directly and have a look to see how much it would cost if you were to do it on your own. So also doing it on your own means that you'd be able to get loyalty discounts and you'd be able to secure points which you can use at a later time. So doing it yourself also has advantages. This is how so many people get to move up levels with their air miles as well as their hotel points. So that's the first thing we wanted to tell you, just as to how we go about shopping around for a beach holiday and how we go about comparing prices and what are some of the things that we take into account. Now it's very important that when you're comparing from deal, these are the things that you need to take into consideration. So the first thing that you need to take into consideration is the type of hotel, the rating of the hotel, whether that hotel has the amenities that you are looking for, and does it complement your lifestyle. And so that is the first thing that we want to cover. The second thing is, are the flights and the taxes included? So often in the fine print it would include flights included, but the taxes are excluded. And you also want to look for the term that says return flights. That means that the package deal includes the flight to and from the said destination. The next thing that you want to look at when you look at a package deal is, what are you getting as an extra in the package deal? So some of the package deals would include maybe a spa day, or it would include a free massage, or it would include it would have the all-inclusive package, which means that meals and drinks etc. are included, or it would be on the half-board basis, which means that some of your meals are not included, some of your water sports are not included, and some of your drinks may not be included, if at all. So I think it's very important when comparing packages to doing it yourself that you take these things into account and that you look out for them. The second thing I wanted to tell you about beach holidays is, if you look at a package deal and you haven't really got a recommendation or a referral from somebody else, then one of the key things that you can do is go on to sites like booking.com, like Expedia, like others, which gives you other travelers' reviews. Another good one is TripAdvisor. So what you want to do when you get on there is have a look at the different packages that the travel agent provided you with, or that you were able to look up on your own, and have a look to see how other travelers experience the hotel. So one of the things that we always look for when looking at hotel reviews is the food, because remember, when you're on an island holiday, it's generally remote. It's not like you can go into a city and buy other meals if you're generally not happy with the condition of the hotel or of the restaurant or of the food. So what we generally look at in those ratings are especially the negative ones. So cleanliness is important for us. We want it to be a spoil, so we generally look at what the hotel looks like, and also the amenities in the hotel. So for example, does it have a spa? If you're traveling with children, does it have a children's play area? is the hotel situated right on the beach, or is it a street away from the beach, which means you'd have to cart your bags to the beach every day and not be at a resort that is situated on the beach. So those are really important things for you to look at, and often you'll find that great insight in other traveler reviews. So we always have a look at other traveler reviews before deciding on which hotel we want to look at. The other deciding factor is cost. So one of the things that has allowed us to be able to travel so extensively over the last 10 years is to be able to manage and balance our costs. So for example, if you're going to an Indian Ocean island holiday like we talked about now, what you want to do is you want to get a good balance between a resort that offers you all that you could possibly want from a resort and from a hotel, but what you don't want to always do is blow the budget. So what we look for is sort of a mid-tier kind of hotel. One that's not over the top or secluded, but one that has all the things that we're looking for, and it's just at a reduced cost. So I think that's what you also want to look for. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is sightseeing. So sightseeing when you're on an island holiday, what I find is that if you're really going for a spoil and you really need that break and you want all that R&R, what I would suggest is that you try to limit your sightseeing or stay at a cheaper hotel for when you are sightseeing, because there's no point in booking a really expensive package deal for 2 people or for a family when you're not there to enjoy it. So what we normally do if we're going on an island holiday, we spend the first few days sightseeing, we normally stay at another resort, or we keep our sightseeing to a minimum. That is like 1 day out of the 7 days that we may be there. And another thing that we would do is that another way to keep the cost low is we would decide up front which is some of the tours and packages we want to do, and we try to do that on the first day that we get there, so that we're able to manage our budget for the remainder of the trip. So you don't want to book something ahead of time always and then get there and realize there's something else that you have wanted to do, but now you don't have the budget to do it. So that's another way that we try and keep cost to the minimum. So if you're sightseeing, make sure that the sightseeing is worth leaving a 5-star resort for. Okay. The other thing that you want to look for is keep an eye out for specials, and you don't have to travel during school holidays. So always try and keep an eye out for those specials and compare those specials, and try to not travel during peak periods. And when I say peak periods, it's not just South African holidays, not just South African school holidays, but also European holidays and also international tourists, international holidays for tourists that are also coming to these Indian Ocean islands. You don't want to travel during these peak periods where flights are expensive, it's difficult to get to the really cool resorts, and you don't want to always be there when the place is so full that you don't get the service that you are looking for. The other thing I wanted to touch on just around cost is the difference between an all-inclusive and a half-board package. Yeah. So an all-inclusive package generally includes all your meals, which is breakfast, lunch and dinner, and some of the resorts even throw you tea time, which includes snacks and afternoon tea. Another thing that is included is drinks, so that would be water, soft drinks and alcoholic drinks, although sometimes some of the imported drinks are not included. So you do want to take note of that, and you want to ask what is included in your all-inclusive package or not, and generally you pay per person. The other thing that's included in an all-inclusive package that may be really worthwhile if you an adrenaline junkie or you seek adventure is motorized sports and non-motorized sports. So often you'd find you could use the snorkeling gear, the paddle boards, and then the motorized sports is the water skis, the jet skis, etc. And sometimes the all-inclusive package includes all of this, so you don't need to pay a dime more. What do you need to take note of for the half-board package? Most half-board packages include breakfast and dinner, and they exclude lunch. They also do not include all drinks, so please take note of this to be able to budget accordingly. You can always ask the resort to send you a drinks list and those prices, so you can have a look at them, and also just get a sense of whether those drinks are priced in US dollars or they're priced in local currency or your local currency. So those are the big differences between the all-inclusive and the half-board. The other major difference that you may find between the all-inclusive package and the half-board package is the water sports and the motorized sports. And sometimes the half-board package doesn't include use of any of the snorkeling gear, the paddle boarding, jet skis, water skis, any of that. So it's always good to know what you're looking for and how to budget for it, so that you are able to manage your expectations. If you decide that you don't want to take the all-inclusive package up front, I have found that some hotels are very open to you taking it up when you get to the hotel. But obviously you're just going to have to tell them the day that you get there, and you're going to have to pay per person. So those are some of the big things that I would say that you need to take into consideration when booking an Indian Ocean Island holiday. The other thing to note is just amenities. If your hotel is situated on the beach, or even if it isn't. Some hotels in some destinations offer you the use of their sun lounges and pool and beach towels, as well as a pool and drink service. That means there is a waiter or waitress that comes through and takes your drinks. There's somebody that you can order food from. There's a towel bar where you can get fresh towels from. So what you want to check is that when you book with any of these resorts, that service is part of the resort service. If you're traveling DIY, the way you can find this out is you can pop the resort an email before you book, or give them a call, or have a look at what other hotel guests have to say about that. So that's why it's very, very good to always read the reviews. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is to always look at the flight times when you're booking island holidays, especially if you're paying for 7 nights and it's a spoil. What you don't want to do is get there late on the first day and leave the first thing in the morning the day that you're leaving. In that case, sometimes your holiday is reduced to 5 days or 6 full days, as opposed to maximizing the full 7 nights generally that packages give you. Have a look at those flight times and make sure that you're maximizing the days, because it's expensive and it's a spoil. And the other thing I want to tell you is, if this is a once in a lifetime vacation, or if you are celebrating a special occasion, try your best to save and to really give yourself a good spoil. Those are not milestones that you want to have a bad experience, or one that's not in line with your expectations. What makes a really good holiday great is also traveling with great company. And what you always want to do is to, no matter where you go, you can always make friends and always go with great company. And even if the resort's not that great, I'm sure the company more than makes up. If you want to hear more of this and want more tips and tricks, please subscribe to our channel down below, and we'll be happy to share them with you. Any questions, any queries, please pop us a comment, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.